Javi writes, lately I've been disappointed in my girls. Can't handle the truth. Rare to find females who truly understand what ride or die is. Well, Javi, that's another piece in the book of Dark Truths, which is that females cannot handle the truth. But what I appreciate about them is that they're often willing to delude themselves. They delude themselves about who they are, about how they really look, and they'll even delude themselves about you if you're the guy they want, which is to say that if you're an average guy who's a little bit out of shape and not really financially strong, they'll put up with a certain number of things and they'll believe a certain number of things. But if you're their dream guy, if they look at you as a celebrity to them, they're going to put up with a lot, and they will delude themselves and they will believe your lies and your stories that you tell them because they want to be with you. And in the back of their little mind, they know, well, if I want to date a football player, this is what comes with it. So I just got to deal with it.
That's true.
You feel me?
That's true.
Yeah.
It's funny how they can reach reality to a bit when it's the dream guy.
When it's the dream guy, like all of a sudden you could curse at her, yell at her, beat her, cheat on her. Hey, sky's the limit. I'm not recommending any of those things, but all of a sudden their tolerance has changed. And it's sad because they're so concerned with externalities. And usually the dream guy comes with this shiny packaging. It's never the dream guy is not the guy who's intelligent or who's invented a technology or is really well-rounded and speaks 5 languages. Notice when women describe their dream guy, it's always describing physical traits. Tall, dark, and handsome, things like that. Athlete, that's a physical description. And so it's sad that women will accuse us of objectifying them when, number one, most of their time they spend trying to make themselves more appealing, shiny objects, yet they argue against being objectified. And that's exactly why I never take out the time to debate with them in real life, because you're not going to go anywhere, and most of the time they won't learn anything. Mm-hmm. With a woman, let me give you guys some advice. Your best move, rather than persuading her or explaining to her, is just doing what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. Even if you know she doesn't agree with it, do what you're going to do and then let her express herself on the back end. Mm-hmm. And whatever you say to her, whether it's an apology or fill in the blank, she's going to accept it if you're the guy.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Because the truth of it is they're going to always come back. I mean, if you're the guy, they're going to come back.
If you're the guy, they're going to come back.
Yeah.
And that's why some of us get to have, shall we say, more than what the simps would say, more than our fair share.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going anywhere.
And I think the simps really don't have it in their heart to have that savage in them, just to be like, nah. And what's crazy is, like, in reality, you truly try to get there so that you don't have to put up with all people's BS, right? Ooh. You should be living like you're not trying to put up with people's BS. But some people put up with it, for sure.
And I want to encourage you guys, because women date up, right? We call it hypergamy. But real men, intelligent, modern men with some game, we date up too.
That's facts.
And I'm tired of dealing with these chicks who are broke, because half of the time, being that they're broke, they don't have a winner's mentality. So they can't help me get to that next level. Mm-hmm. When I ask them to do fill in the blank, they're mind boggled and they can't get it done. Mm-hmm. So you guys have to start dating up. And I was just recently looking at my roster, like, I got too many broke hoes in this roster. Somebody got to get cleaned out.
That's facts. That's facts.
You did.
Who's not earning the most?
You feel me? Like,
time for a reevaluation.
Somebody got to go. The thing that I want you guys mainly to learn when the females are on the set is observe how I'm interacting with them. Now, in some cases, I'm exempling to you how to deal with them when they're in a heightened state of emotionalism, when they're angry. I'm showing you how to maneuver them, how to calm them down. And you'll even notice when I have to deliver a hard truth to the female, I kind of use this ice cream sandwich format, right? You put the sweet chocolate on the edges and you give them the plain vanilla in the middle. And the plain vanilla is that hard pill, that truth that you're hitting them with. But even in business, you want to format your comments in the same way. But don't ever try to tell a woman the truth, especially if you're not gift wrapping it. Because although you might respect the truth, a female respects her feelings. And you always have to know who you're talking to. You're not a wise man because you're like, oh, I told her the truth. That doesn't make you a boss. That makes you a fool. The key is communication. Did you get her to respond to the truth? Did you get her to accept the truth? Or did she feign compliance? Or did she flip out on you? A lot of what we have to deal with women comes down to our ability to maneuver and deal with their personality. So as a CEO, I just look at a female the way I look at an employee, somebody that I have to get value out of. Now with the employee, the value is getting $1 out of them, helping them help me earn. But with a female, there could be a variety of values, whether it's purely physical, whether it's emotional engagement, whether it's economic, whether it's you want to build a family. You're always going to be in a situation of management. And for that reason, you never really want to let her fully into here. Because as I said, you're busy trying to understand her mind so you can control and influence her thinking. But the moment you open up too much and let her into your head, you're basically opening your gates to an enemy. You might say, Marquette, well, what do you mean? Like the woman is the enemy? Nah, bro, the woman is not the enemy, not consciously. She's not an open enemy. She's not intentionally an enemy, but she'll do things that'll set you off track. Let me give you an example. I am a man of serious routine, highly consistent. If you've gone on sasnbrand.com, you'll even see that there's a sticker of my routine I go through when I wake up. I got a routine for a lot of things. So for example, one of the routines when I wake up is I have a hot glass of protein water, and then I'll exercise, and then I'll have breakfast. But the female who brings me my hot water in the morning, my protein water, she'll still ask me like, oh, do you want to have breakfast now? And in my head, I'm thinking, no, I don't want to have breakfast now. Now, you might think, well, Marquette, she's just trying to love on you. She's just trying to, give you a good meal. Yeah, maybe, except that I already gave her the marching orders. The leader gave the follower the directions. We're playing Simon Says, and I'm Simon. So I told you what to do. It's even written out on a list. So if I was to have breakfast straight away, going against my routines, now I can't work out on a full stomach. So you've actually caused me an issue. So when I say the female can become your enemy, it's not that she's consciously trying to become your enemy. It's that some of her feminine instincts will get in the way of grander plans. Her feminine instinct might be to nourish you with good food. So when you wake up, she offers you food, but the grand plan is to start off your day with exercise, and you cannot engage in rigorous exercise if you're on a full stomach. So those are some of the ways that they introduce chaos, challenge into your life unintentionally, which would almost constitute them being an unintentional enemy. Now, another thing to consider, women are extremely uncertain animals. They're always overthinking, they're very emotional, and they have trouble picking one outcome or making one decision and sticking with it all the way through. So what you're going to find is, as a man, if you pick an outcome and you pick a decision and you're executing on your plan, she's going to be there in your ear questioning it the whole time. Oh, are you sure we should do this? Like, oh, you think this is going to work? That's the feminine thinking. Now, if you let that get into your head, you're going to start questioning yourself, and you're not going to stick to the script, and you will not reach the outcome that your plan is designed to achieve. And that is why you have to know that even when you love a woman and she loves you, at some level, you're still sleeping with the enemy. And the nature of life is conflict. You're going to have conflict. You're going to have to fight. You just have to be able to do it with a smile on your face and know what's what. Huh? Mm-hmm. Right. LJ says it's not malicious. Agreed. It's not malicious. It's just their nature.
Yeah, they just annoying.
Low key, man. Low key. I mean, I can't even live with a female because they slow my flow up when I'm trying to stay focused on my work. They're like trying to hug and kiss and do all this stuff. I'm like, shorty, I don't have time for all that extra shit. You hear me? Like, I got to get to this work.
And they don't even understand it.
No, they have not a clue.
What's crazy is like they keep you from working. Right. Or they slow down the pace of working. Yeah. And don't respect the work and then expect to still have like the privilege of being around all these things. Like you're around. Like, man, like it's so nice to be inside this Rolls Royce. That's a $500,000 car. Right. Oh my God. Let me just keep him from working for like one more hour because, obviously his hours don't factor into this Rolls Royce that he got.
You know what cracked me up about females when they be lying like a motherfucker and they don't even know they
lying? I'm a boss chick.
Was it?
But can't calculate boss hours.
Huh. And they be saying stuff like, I don't even care how much money you have. Like, bitch, stop it. Bitch, stop it. or they say some shit like, I love you. And I'm like, but why do you love me so quickly though? Like, do you think it was like probably quicker because like we went to dinner like way up in like that restaurant called Top of the World, and it was like doing a 360 spin, and you like saw that like all that moonlight.
Tinder swindler.
You feel me?
She a Tinder swindler.
They are, and they don't even know it. And that's why when you saw that movie, The Tinder Swindler, females were so angry because a guy did to them what they do to us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they're not responsible as individuals, they can't handle and say, okay, that was my fault. I opened myself up to that.
Mm-hmm.
They rather blame somebody else and try to get the law involved. And that's always their go-to, whether it comes in the form of alimony or child support. They can't never like, you have this is what messes me up, right? You skeet in a chick, right? Skeet. All right, you went ahead and skeeted in her. And then you're like, hey, go ahead and swallow that Plan B though. And she's over here like, no, I'm keeping it. And you're like, bitch, what? She's like, I'm keeping it. And then you're like, nah, go ahead and swallow that Plan B. She's like, don't worry, you don't have to be in its life. You don't have to be involved.
It's a damn lie.
And then you're like, all right, whatever. So then baby's born all of a sudden. Hey, I'm gonna need that child support. Bitch, you said I didn't have to be involved. And more importantly, it was your decision. You know, you took 100% responsibility and said you 100% wanted the kid.
Yeah.
Why I gotta pay 50? Why I pay 50% if you made 100% of the decision?
And that's foul, ain't it?
It's foul. That's why I tell y'all better strap up.
And some of y'all accidents out there. Oh, I mean,
yeah. Oh, you said they asked.
I said some of y'all accidents out there.
Oh,
it's because of your mama.
Yeah, probably half of these viewers and me, on everything. I know my dad didn't do this on purpose. I am sure of it. I remember I asked my mom one day. I had pissed her off. She went off on me. I was like 17. And I was like, why did you even have me? I was like, if you're going to treat me like this, why did you even have me? And then she told me this, and this one I knew my dad didn't have me on purpose. She said, and I knew she wasn't lying too, because my mom always thinks about something. If you ask her something, she's going to think about it.
Yeah.
She ain't never just going to answer straight away. That's just not how she is. So I was like, if you're going to treat me like this, why you even have me? And she said, I wanted something to love me.
Oh,
right. So she's like, I wanted to have a baby, because I knew the baby would love me. And my first thought was, God damn, that's the worst reason to have a baby. Are you fucking serious out here?
She said, I wanted a slave.
Yeah. I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, are you insane? You're supposed to have a baby so you can love it. Like, she was trying to have a baby for her own selfish reasons.
Yeah.
When really you're supposed to be pouring into the baby.
Yeah.
And that's a sad thing you hear about a lot of women these days, is that they're so modern. They're like, your life don't have to end when you have a baby. Girl, you could still go out when you have a baby. Take care of yourself. Get your nails done. Get your toes done. And they still wearing belly rings, even though their stomach got all these goddamn stretch marks now. It's disgusting out here. It's disgusting out here. It's sad. Tell them to knock it off.
Vitamin E oil.
Man, goodness, long. So, fellas, y'all better go ahead and strap up and quit giving y'all real name. I'm gonna start. Hey, do any of you guys know my real name? Because I need to start giving my real name.
Boobom Burton.
Yeah, I gotta get my fake name so that after I skeet in there raw, I could just dip out.
I'm for breezy.
Yeah. I'm about to start going to other countries. I'm going in raw, skeeting in everything, and then just leaving the country. Why are you looking at me like that? You just watching me? I don't blame you. I don't blame you.